Hi there, my name's Gordon McCrory. I'm the Happiness Guy, and this is a video for anyone that struggles with forming new habits. And in particular, it's a fresh way of looking at how to form habits so that you end this cycle kind of now of trying for a little bit and then quitting and failing, trying for a little bit, quitting and failing. Actually, this came up for me kind of yesterday. I was in the gym. I was doing my own routine, and I saw a girl kind of also training in the same studio, and she was working really hard. She was going from kind of cardio kind of onto weights, back to cardio, back to weights. And when I say she was working really hard, although what she was doing maybe didn't seem like a lot to a lot of people, you could see that she was finding it hard, and that for me was quite inspiring because she kept going. So kind of when there came to kind of a breaker in kind of what we were both doing, I said to her kind of how you getting on, kind of it looks to me like you're working really hard, and she's like, yeah, I've been away for a while, and it's so hard when you get back into it, when you first get back into it. And I think that's a feeling that probably we all know kind of in relation to something or other. And for many of us, definitely in relation to exercise. And I guess what I wanted to do therefore was share what I shared with her, which she found really impactful, and I hope that you do too. For me, kind of when we're looking at how to have a great life, then it needs to be about the habits that we've got. If we've got great habits, you can kind of tell. If we've got great habits in and around food and exercise, it shows in our body, it shows in our energy, it shows in our mood. So I want everyone that kind of that sees this video to have a better opportunity to have great habits, and particularly to stop the cycle of trying and failing, and failing, because it's just soul destroying. So what I said to her was, when she'd said about kind of like how she'd failed or how she was getting back into it again, I said, well, you know what you need to do then? And she started laughing, and she said, yeah, I need to kind of stop stopping. And I said, absolutely. And do you can I share with you kind of one of the ways that I look at habits? And she said, no, that'd be cool. So I kind of said to her that I think of forming habits a little bit like kind of trying to cut through this dense jungle. In the beginning, it's hard on day 1, day 2, day 3, or whatever. It's hard. It's hard going. There's a lot of effort required. But if we just persist with it, then that jungle then gets kind of trimmed back, and we can form this path, which after a period of time becomes quite easy and pleasurable to go down. I said, however, when it comes to habit formation, you must think of it like that jungle. If you stop going down that path, and this is a key part of it, if you stop going down that path for any more than a few days, that path is going to kind of become overgrown really, really quickly. And as soon as it becomes overgrown, then you're faced with, it feels like, because in essence it kind of sort of is, going back to the beginning. You're having to kind of chop through again, and nobody wants that effort in their life. It's too hard. It's certainly too hard to be doing the same thing again and again without really getting anywhere different. So the one simple tip to stop the jungle becoming overgrown, to keep the habit kind of as something that you just keep doing, is even if it's only for a little bit of time each day or every second day, you've got to go back down that path. That path has got to be one that you keep well maintained. You don't need to do it with intensity every time. You don't need to do it for the same amount of duration. But you must keep traveling down that same path. It's all to do with the brain and how it's fired and wired together. The more that you go down that path, the more you reinforce that it's something that's really important to you, and the more hardwired and part of you it becomes. If you don't keep doing it, the brain will just go, well, we don't need this. And it will kind of break apart those connections, and it will no longer seem that important to you, so that when you go back to doing it the next time, it's just going to be, after kind of a number of weeks, it's going to feel really hard again. So it's a very simple message. If you want to stop experiencing that pain of starting again and it being really, really, really hard, think of your habit, this one habit, like that dense jungle. You've got to keep going down once every couple of days, whether you feel like it or whether you don't. And that way you keep the jungle kind of trimmed back, the thing becomes pleasurable, and it becomes a path that you want to go down because you enjoy it and it helps you feel good. So habits are very much in the beginning like wading through a jungle and chopping through that jungle, but if you sustain it, if you keep at it, and you basically say to yourself, no matter what, I can't quit, I can't not go down that path, but I don't need to go down it every single day, but I've got to go down it every second day, every couple of days, and even if without the intensity, even if without the duration, if you just make that habit, if you maintain that path, it's never going to feel like you're going back to the beginning again. So that's on you, that's up to you. You now have the option. Going back to the beginning doesn't need to happen, and all you need to do is maintain it a little bit every couple of days. I hope that's been useful for you, and yeah, any questions, then get in touch. I'd love to help. Take care. Bye bye.